Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 52. I'll just do the usual checks and make sure the volume is working. I think it's okay so far. Need to put the right screen on. And cue some music. There's a few glitches in the sound. Anybody out there? Say hello down the side. Just stop the music. I wonder if any Kiwis are going to join us. Better mute the echo. Okay, that's better. No feedback. Hey, who we got on? Someone's out there. It's a lazy back Sunday here in New Zealand. I see UFOs. I don't recall seeing you here before. You're Kiwi, American, Australian? Do I need that screen? Probably not. So yeah, we're trying out the new software still and the new stream from Google, which gives us better graphics. Unfortunately, Manicam, once the CPU gets up there, it starts glitching the sound. So I think it's a problem with this product. I don't think they've tested their software without a computer that doesn't have a dedicated video chip, like a GPU. A GPU would help out, I think, with the screen capturing. So yeah, you in UK, cool. What's the time over there? It must be early morning. It's currently, when it brings it up, 10:35 p.m. New Zealand, Sunday night. So we'll be going over the usual stuff. We'll be looking at so-called UFO videos and see if we can verify them as misidentified or unknowns. I haven't got anything organised, just typical me on Sunday. But I got a few subjects that I was going to cover. There's always stuff to cover. There's always stuff to talk about. There's never enough hours in the day to talk about it all either. I mean to go back to the New Zealand UFO files that I've got and go through them and read out that last that's been pulled from them. And also, what was the other one? Look at more space bubble videos and debunk them. So yeah, so where do we begin? I suppose we better start with some of the videos that I've seen coming out this week. I know Secureteam put out something about triangle UFOs, which Scott Brando has already debunked, or I've debunked them as well. Scott Brando has as well. And I think Third Face might have put out some rubbish as well. Make sure the music's muted, I guess. I've got it set up so we can hear some sounds later, because I'm going to talk about ringing rocks. I think it's muted. Unfortunately, my main screen here is going bung on the laptop, and it's intermittent. Sometimes it's dark. Yep, it's muted. Sometimes it's perfect. So what have we got coming up since we last looked? I hadn't had a chance to look at this stuff coming from Antarctica to see what science is behind it. So this is the latest one here. So he's been in pain, has he? I think for 30, what is he, 34 now? Or was he 31? Can't remember now. He felt he's a millionaire from it. People don't realise that. He was making about $100,000 a month from his channel. Roughly $1,000 a day at the moment, so he's dropped back a bit. So hopefully it's muted. It kind of looks like it. I don't know. It looks like something from a movie with that haircut he's got there. You know, from World War II. But that wasn't the video we wanted. He could easily be a Nazi, couldn't he? Hey, Hitler! Right. So we'll just go back one. I want this one here. I haven't actually watched it yet. So mystery blue triangle spotted in London skies. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Yeah, I thought that was the last video. Obviously, I must have clicked the right one. So he's blabbing about himself. So where's these triangles? Oh, he's looking at Google Earth. Better get some closed captions up, yes. The globe, they were moving over it. ISS moving over it. Desert, light terrain. A strange mystery object appeared. So it looks like obviously land underneath. Looks like some large building. Pretty hazy looking. But I believe US government got better satellites in space than what's public domain is available, and they can see pretty much a person's face from space. There's the Eye and Sky network that the Americans have got. So that looks like some sort of building in the desert, probably a mining facility. So what's so special about that? China always building stuff. Is that the Gobi Desert, is it? Has he got coordinates below? We've looked at various images. Third phase have brought out. Can't see any coordinates. He hasn't posted any coordinates there. So we can't plug it into our maps. So I heard that he actually debunked this one. Yep, here he is. Same location. Definitely looks like the same thing, but on an angle. He should have straightened it out for us, shouldn't he? So you could do an overlay. So I would put that in the paint.net and overlay it. Sure, it's the same object. What is it exactly? Is it a mobile machine that, or building? It's hard to tell. Also, it's got some solar cells on top. Could be like the Thunderbirds, you know how they had those big machines that sort of chewed up forests and made motorways and split out the planks to be shipped away by trucks that come up by the side. I don't know how many Thunderbird fans out there, but we grew up with the Thunderbirds. They had some crazy machines on that, and yeah, I'm not sure if they had a tunnel machine. They had underwater ones. They had big airships, like Concorde type ones. So yeah, that's not anything to do with unknown objects so far. He certainly can drag it out on a video here, can't he? So what we got now? Something new? Is that in the sky? Looks like it's meant to be. We'll play it from there. And now, unknown objects. So finally we get into the main topic. So we've got a photograph here. It's just the blue thing, is it? Screen grabbed video. Almost blue and silver type craft. So what do you think of that one, guys? Any clues? Do you think that's a real UFO alien craft? It's a bit blurry, isn't it? So yeah, it doesn't look like it's actually symmetrical. See if we can zoom in more on it and let's have a look. See that triangle bit over here looks longer and skinnier than this one here. And that looks like a little bit sticking out and like an oval shape on top. Me, it looks like something from a lawnmower or something like that thrown in front of the camera or video and taking a snapshot. It's the original video of that one. MBB's video, blue triangle video. So let's go to the source. Let's have a look. I'm sure I clicked. Yeah, it's a bit slow. Oh, forbidden. So what's that telling us? That he's either got the wrong link there or can't show you the page we're trying to. So I don't know. So we can't get to the original, so we're stuck back with the. So obviously you got some number wrong there. Well, it's been deleted since. That's a bit of a shame. So let's just keep looking at it then. Yeah, obviously it's got some sort of blur happening. Is it motion blur or artificial blur? It's certainly not aerodynamic by any means. So there was a clue here that it could be fake. I'll just go back to it. Alright, we've got a wide shot now. See how in focus the trees are? See, the trees definitely looking more in focus here. Although it does look like it's consistent, not being CGI. So so he's just repeating it over and over again. It doesn't look like it could be a kite by any means. Where's the full picture? So the background's a cloud. And it's way up here. which could be consistent with a type of helium balloon. That's why we've got the strange colours. If UFO were flying around with colours like that, I doubt we're not. We're not going to get much from that. So what's your thoughts on that out there? You got an opinion on it? He certainly spends a lot of time on it. 90 times zoom camcorder and captured video. Grabbed his, but that's not a video, and still frames of. So where's the video? Object in question seen unique in color. So this is another frame from it. So certainly looks like it's changed shape, doesn't it? Which would be consistent with a helium balloon as it's getting blown around with air pressure. So we've gone from that to the other frame. So where's all the other pictures? Where's the video? I wonder if we can find it. You can't trust photographs because they can be easy photoshopped. And you can add the same blur across. It's very hard to tell. At least if you got a video, you got 30 frames a second that you can muck around with. So blue triangle. So let's see if we can find it if his link doesn't work. Maybe it's a prank video that's sent to Secureteam. Blue. This is the first time I'm looking at it, by the way. Blue UFO. Okay. Guess that's what it's called. Did he say what location it was? He calls it a blue triangle there. So let's put triangle in. I spelled it wrong. Google will figure it out. So what do we got? Texas skies. So it didn't come up with UK. Videos. Well, it's not appearing in the list here, is it? So UFOs filmed forming bizarre triangle. February last year. So we don't look at old footage because you've probably already debunked it anyway. People don't update their title to say solved, unfortunately, because they get more people clicking through on the titles than actually being honest. Well, it's not in the first couple of pages. I'll have to sort by this week, probably. If that doesn't narrow it down, then obviously it's been deleted. Tools and go anytime past week. That'll narrow it down. Sure, clicked it. Yep. We're sitting about 90% CPU at the moment. How are we sounding out there? Is the sounded all right? Not crackling or cutting out? So, again, we're not getting any on. Oh, here we go. UFO casebook. Triangle UFO appeared over London. So we're starting to get a few hits now. And they look like web pages. Earth Chronicles, latest UFO sightings. So let's have a look. So let's see, you can search the hard way. Looks like the same one. They're calling it a blue and grey UFO. They're not even calling it a triangle. So we got a video clip here. So let's play it, see what happens. So this is going to a YouTube channel by the looks of it. And let's UFO casebook. So it looks like the same. Same with stills, doesn't it? See, that one looks slightly different. We can't zoom right into it. It's certainly far away. That's about the best one we're going to get, isn't it? That one's really blurry. Not more. Suppose we could cut it out. Or is that not coming down? CPU peaking. There we go. Select area. Should come up with something by now. There we go. So cut around it. Save it. And a little tool, that one. And save it to download. Yep. And here it is at the bottom. So we want to open that in the default quick viewer, which is Microsoft one, which is pretty quick, but it doesn't do any fancy calculations to get rid of these pixels, as you can see here. we're getting you can see the individual pixels, which happens without the algorithm. So that's the maximum we can get. Definitely looks like it's changed shape, doesn't it? Where's the thing on top? I don't think we're going to be able to do much with that, even if we smooth out the pixels here. So if he had a handy cam, here's the video. So what they say here. Witness and videographer of the strange incident said that he saw the triangle-shaped UFO with blue and grey colour moving above his head in London. His server stated he had sufficient time to get his 90 times zoom camcorder and capture the strange moments in the video. He managed to snap still frames off the triangle vehicle. So why can't you just hit the record button, just aim it at the sky? Doesn't make sense, does it? UFO appeared to have unique colors. So they're not asked any skeptics or MUFON what they thought of it. Almost what you should be always skeptical of is people that don't submit it to MUFON, because there's got to be a reason for it. Given consider today's technology, it's just wise to be skeptical, as it's now easy to make something like the one in the video, especially if it's only photographs. Well, I don't think there was any other frames. Just that one. It's all the same. Apart from that one. So, what do you think of that one? That's a load of rubbish. So, is there any balloons that are blue and grey? Comparisons, anyway. Let's try triangle. Let's try balloon to start with. See what's out there. We should put helium balloon. Looks like we're getting a couple of hits. Looks like I spelled triangle wrong though. So here we go. Got a few balloons. Some of them won't be helium, of course. So these ones here look very similar to what we talked about previously, solar balloons. There's a hot air balloon here. So probably have to narrow the search down a bit. I just went out for a walk with the dog earlier and damn eyes watering. Hay fever time, pollen, and yeah. So yeah. So just type helium in, see what we get. So they're the healing ones. Look how big that one is. Big as a house. Advertising balloon of some sort. There's another one. So they obviously make it for companies in Japan. I mean China. So but I wouldn't say it was a triangle shape myself. It can take ages to find sometimes a match. It could even be, silly as it may look, it could even be something like a letter A or a letter balloon. Have we still got it up? No. Where's the still image? There we go. So could that be like a letter balloon, and that could be a cutout? It could well be. Sometimes you get the shadow play. Could it be a silver balloon? And the blue is actually just where it's reflecting the light refracting off it. Letter A could be a letter A. Don't look very sharp in that picture compared to this one. Could be. Let's cut it out and maybe stick it in the editor. Actually, I don't want to spend too long on this. On this one. I suppose we got all night. It's a bit slow. So he's saying it's something highly secretive. Yeah. No. It's going to be something so obvious that we're just not seeing it because we haven't got enough frames to go on. If we saw how it was spinning, or if it was moving constantly. So you can see here, it looks like it's something on top, but it actually could be a shadow, same as this here. So that could be an insert there. I'm still thinking it's going to be a letter balloon that people use for, spelling happy birthday or the person's name. What other letters could it be if it's not A? So let's have a look. C. So that would make sense why it's longer one side than the other. If you rotate the A around, You got to sort of think three-dimensionally when you look at this sort of stuff. Now, this is what MUFON investigators do, and they run it through all the obvious things, and if it doesn't sort of, if they can't sort of get 100% match or 90% match, then they sort of close it as an unknown. Hey, is that Jamal we got on here? Sorry, I didn't notice you pop up. You're up late. I thought you might have come on earlier. Just checking in to hit the thumbs up. Okay, is that you? Thanks. Can't stay long tonight. Got to get up early tomorrow. Bugger. Well, I got a bit to cover tonight, if it goes to plan. But you can always watch it later. So yeah, we're just looking at the viral videos that have gone around, and I'll be looking at some other stuff as well. But I say that and tend to run out of time, or more likely run out of energy. I feel like I'm being, what do you call it, a targeted individual. Everyone in the house feels so drained when we're in the house. It's like we're being sapped of our energy all the time. But it could be just a strange flu bug that's going around that's attacking the system, making us tired here. A bit strange to get it in summer though. So I was just going to look at letter balloons, because that's what I think it's going to be. Normally you get them strung together though. You normally have two, three, or four of them. So we've got B, A, still the best fit out of all the letters here. I'll zoom in. So you can get fairly big ones too, by the looks of it, human size ones. Let's see. Don't think it's going to be an O balloon unless it's really distorted, which is possible if it lost helium and pushed in that direction. So that was like two halves going the same way. It's possible. But you can see there's various designs of letter balloons and colours. And I bet there's blue ones as well. Blue, silver. I don't think we've got enough information to go on in that particular video anyway. Other than it seems to have changed shape. You can see here, the letter A here is totally different to those other ones. Total shape again. If that lost some helium and bent around in the air current. So some big letter ones. There's purple. It's amazing how common letter mylar balloons are. Oh, there's some blue ones. I went past them. There you go, blue, boy, girl. So you can get that shade. What colour was it again? Does look like that pale blue. Still think it's a letter A going this way. And it's sort of got pushed in more this direction, and we're seeing a hole where the A is. That's my best guess anyway for that one. So we'll just move on, I guess. If you can imagine the letter A going this way. I don't think you'd have a craft flying in the sky that was doesn't even look symmetrical on either of those images that we got. So yeah. So let's progress on, see what else he brings up. If you've got any other ideas out there that I'm missing, do add your opinion down the side. And if you think it's a real UFO craft, also state your case. So we've got a few negatives for A, it's not a MUFON case. B, it's been sent to the newspapers to try and get publicity. And probably sold to the newspapers, like £300, I think it is, for a story. And they love UFO videos to make a lot of traffic to their site for the advertising. Yep. Okay, Jamal. Yeah, you just got to sort of rotate these things in your head. And some of us are easy, able to do it better than others. So there's a lot of negatives going against us. A, it's also on Secureteam 10's channel. As you know, he has produced and been called out by me. So these ones coming up now are past TR3B ones, and they have been debunked. Now, I think this one in Belgium, the guy said he built a model. Now, it's a well-known story now. Although there was a real sighting of a triangle, but this particular one with the photographs, he admitted that he faked it. You can find the story online somewhere. But as you can see, it's quite easy to make fakes. All you need to do is make a kite or get hold of a helium balloon and put some LED lights on, which weigh next to nothing, and you can run it off a watch battery long enough to make a video from. And you got Chinese that sell you LED balloons and LED lights, kites, and also remote control ones. So you don't even have to have a string nowadays. So you'll fly it around. And for a lot of people, and a helium propeller on it to move it along. So I still think that's a blue letter A. And the grey colour is just, just overexposed, reflecting the sunlight. So it's less blue. And now he's talking about these low-res NASA photos of the moon, saying this is in a crater. And that's been debunked also by me. You can see here that it's not a true triangle, it's just patterns we're seeing, like markings in the low-res pattern that our brains get fooled by. Now, if that was a real triangle craft, I don't think it would fly very well, because it's not equilateral triangle for starters, and it's got weird curvy sides that goes curve that way and a curve that way. Now, do people watch him for laughs, or do they actually take his stuff seriously? Okay. I did actually do a debunk of Black Triangle UFOs. If you haven't watched it, it's a good one to watch. and it's going to cover a lot of the ones that he's showing here. That's just a CGI model, as we know. So what else we got? This one kind of rings a bell. It might be those German brothers that do CGI. What they're called. Oh, you can see it's just a black shape. Quite easy to make on CGI. Keep it low tech. So it could be a black kite. I don't know. Seems to ring a bell. This could be a CGI one. Oh, no. That one was a solar balloon. I actually debunked that one. Was that the one where they're driving down the motorway? Yeah. And the woman actually says it's possibly a balloon, but he doesn't include the audio for that video. So yeah, if you have a look on my channel, I'll see if I can find it and paste it down the side. Because we're only seeing the underneath of the solar balloon, that looks like a perfect triangle. Let's go. So let's see if I can find it. It's going to be a fire way down. So there we go. Yeah, this one here. I think it's the same picture even that I've used for a thumb. So we'll just copy and paste that one. I need to get a drink again. How long have we gone? Almost an hour already. It's amazing. Time flies. Okay, we got black triangles there. I actually do comparisons in it, so you can see for yourself. I wish it would correct your spelling mistake as you typed. Key next door to it. Yeah, this one here. Let's see if we can bring it up. And I'll skim into it. You can see it's only a 3-minute video. Looks like the same one. That one has a move case number. Oh no, that's a different one. That's another video. That's not the one we wanted. But this one turns out to be an insect, actually a butterfly. You can see it's got the wing patterns and hearts it and stuff. There you go. I sort of do an enhancement of it. You can see here. You can see the legs coming down and the wings going up here, which is faked. So it's going to be some similar butterfly bug or moth, probably a moth. Probably looks like a moth. So yeah, not that one, but this shows how easy you can be fooled. See, a lot of these people don't see it with their own eyes. It even could be a kite balloon, which looks like a bug. You know, you can get them from China, so it could be quite large even. But you can see here, it's definitely a moth or butterfly shape on that one. Yeah. So where was the other one on triangles? Let me just have a look through the list. Oh, here it is, black triangles. This one here. Also was Secureteam. That's sort of again brought it up. I'm still yet to see a triangle video or photo that can't be debunked. So, and I think this has got the one coming up with a laser pointer. Yep. So that's at 4 minutes. I'll just so that one's talking about the kite balloon, which is coming up in his video because I've seen Scott Brando mention it. So this was from a newspaper. So here's that one on the moon, and you can see here, if it was a real craft, that it would have, that's a constant shape here that I've drawn around it. So if this is a UFO and not some sort of impression in a crater, then that's pretty munted looking UFO. So let's just skim it. So this is the one he's bringing up now. New triangle UFO footage, June 2008. So he's brought it up in the past and reusing it. Definitely the same one. And that's just a solar balloon. Saving me having to Google it. We might sort of just watch it here. So the debunk for it is coming up. And here you go. This is what a solar balloon looks like. And if you see it from the side or underneath, it looks like a perfect triangle. And here's some videos of solar balloons made from trash bags, the black ones you can buy for this, which are probably bland now with all the plastic stuff. So basically what happens is the sun on a sunny day heats it up and blows it up, and eventually it gets light and goes with the air current. And you can see how easy that would be once it gets far enough up. There you go. And less sun, if it's more overcast, that would look like a black triangle. And this is the other one he's going to bring up in a minute. He's recycling stuff. So let's carry on. I'll just quickly zoom in. That was definitely a munted looking triangle. Yeah. And I think it would have been airbrushed out because, I was talking about airbrushing last stream, I think it was. They would have sort of made sure that people didn't notice it. So here he goes. He's talking about this one here that we just looked at. And you can see here, it's definitely got round corners, which fits solar balloon. You can see it deformed there. It went inwards on slow motion. Definitely a solar balloon, triangle one. You can even see, even when he's enhanced it himself, that it's not got solid sides. You can see it's curved a bit there, not quickly, but you could see it definitely was changing shapes with air pressure. There you go, you got reflection of the sun on one side at the top there sometimes, but you're getting a lot of compression artifacts where it sort of goes sort of pixelated around the outsides because you're shooting in pixel level colors. He spends a lot of time on that one because he's got to pad his videos out to put more ads in. So he's already had 239,000 views of this one. So we're back going to this one that's a verified hoax. Anti-gravity technology. Well, a helium balloon is anti-gravity, so he is kind of correct. Let's see if we can find the other one. I think this is the laser one with the LEDs. It's a kite. And you can see here it's not an equilateral triangle either. There you go, zoomed into it now. So this one, as you see, it had a laser beam. That one's been debunked so many times it ain't funny. So if you go back to my debunk of it, which is this one, same craft, the three lights at the back, one in the middle. So just play it from there. Here's a laser beam. So if they're saying it's man-made, they're correct. The man-made fakes. So here's the debunk for it. It's coming up. Saves me having to find the videos. It talks about it here. Best to watch it on your screen probably. September 2008. The real background to this video, in fact, as detailed below, UFO video 096, and there it is here. And that's what's his name? I'll just pause it there. What's his name? Joshua P. Warren. So yeah, so they had a row of LEDs back here, lights in the corner, and a laser pointer there. Don't know if I can zoom in more onto the picture. So there's a laser pointer. There were some lights back here too, but I can't quite see them. And the other one that he keeps hearing flares coming down. And this one here, which is, I think it's the German brothers, just skimming through it. Yeah, the Cascuba brothers, purported owners of autocolorworld.com domain, anonymized through the registrar, creators of at least 8 hoax YouTube channels, debunked by Metabunk and others in What's that say? Some hectic rush on body of ufology. The techniques include use of CGI 3D models, fake camera movement. So probably play that one next too. So basically he's reusing, and this one here is just a solar tube, it's space shuttle tile, triangle bit, where the NASA were told to take a photograph of it, and he uses that one quite a lot for a TR3B. So it's a part of the loose heat shield tile. I think I'm not sure if I included the web page that it was on. So I got this triangle where Secureteam shoveling BS. So yeah, you can go and watch it if you want to. So I think he's probably going to include those other ones we just skimmed over. So we'll just keep playing it to the end. And that one here is Russia, I think it was. Oh no, I think that might have been UK, and I think it's lens flare from the street lamps there, if I remember right. Hang on, I'll just bring it back. And you know the shopping mall ones that have like, why is it not playing? Street lamps. You've got to be careful of street lamps because they can produce lens flare. All I have to do is rotate the camera and look like it's moving along. There's the brothers. What was their name? K Brothers. I'll just call them K Brothers. That's CGI. Although they kind of look like solar balloons, but because you can see that they're sort of moving together, artificial shake. And this one, I think that might be a new one. Oh god, it looks fake. What is it? I don't know where that's from. Another one here looks like it could be a fake. Looks so fake. Yeah. Could be another kite, I guess. That one looks so fake. It's got wheels or landing wheels coming down. That could be a ceiling light reflecting off a window. That one too. Shine a torch with a triangle shape on the window and just film it. That one there could again be like kite. See, if the still images are quite easy to replicate. And not too sure whether he's got that from. But yeah, none of them are real. None of them are alien or American craft, unfortunately. Doesn't mean they don't exist, of course. And this one here, you can see the background here looks more out of focus than the object does. See how bad out of focus this all is here? It's not in focus. Well, the whole thing's not in focus. So that could be anything. Something stuck on a window. And here we go. Still could be lens flare, because that's so bright there, you wouldn't see the lights as it was passing. It looked like it was passing behind. Look, we've got another streak coming here. Although it could easily be skydivers. I think Scott Brando may have debunked that one. Well, that does look like a flare, doesn't it? Actually, I don't think it was a lens flare, that one. Could be planes flying in formation. Well, we'll see what Scott says anyway. We'll just have a quick look. Yeah, he likes to shovel the BS. And a lot of people hated that video, of course. Could be a tree, leaf, yep, I never thought about that. Window, yeah, could well be. So you got critical thinking. Well, most people, if you're looking at a UFO video and the title saying this UFO has been caught, and then you're saying, oh, I've looked at it and analyzed it and telling you it's not a leaf, it's not this and not that, then you sort of get suckered into the mentality that it's going to be alien craft, rather than thinking, no, you're wrong, and challenge them. So if you have a look at Scott's page, I think he's got a few debunks up on it. Gyro, how's it going? So yeah, if we look at UFO of interest, I think he's put out some stuff as well. Now, Earl said he's got some interesting stories of triangle craft, but unfortunately, it was witnessed by people putting up satellite dishes, engineers, and that type of people that, and some of them worked in aerospace as well as Air Force, and they should know the difference. And they saw this craft, the triangle craft, that sort of flew off vertically at high speed, which doesn't sort of match any of the ones that we're seeing here tonight anyway. And they sound like more interesting stories. So there you go. He's gone through all of them. Here's that one here. So what is he saying? I wasn't sure about this one. Why has it not got any? Again, has he got a link to it? Tyler, Secureteam has new arguments topics to fool his audience. Again, so let's have a look. So, right. So it was flares, parachute flares coming down. I said that red one looked like a military flare. The light by itself. But because there's several types they use the white illumination flares, which come down by parachute, and also the ones that attract missiles, heat-seeking missiles, are also long burning parachute ones that they can use, as well as rapid, what do you call it, like what do you call it, like sparklers they use as well. Ah, so that one was in Russia. So that was the Russian one after all. I thought it might have been UK. That one had lots of different angles taken. It was used quite a bit. I'm pretty sure I've also debunked that one. It might be in that one. I might have just gone past it. So it's always best to check out what other debunkers are saying, of course. Is that this right page still? Right, he's been blocked from MBB333. So that's just gone up, hasn't it? Oh no, 13 hours ago. And that one here, again, was the brothers, CGI brothers. And that one here was the laser pointer kite. What's he saying? Known hoax promoter. Secureteam continues to share old fake UFOs, already explained. So what is his one for it? Aha, it's got a similar photograph as I had. I think that's Joshua P. Warren, though, not this Jeff Wilson, but maybe they look the same. I don't know. What's interesting, though, is you can't see these lights at the end here, so maybe they're reflections. Or maybe they took them off, because they don't look like they're there on that particular kite. Was there any others? I think that's about it. And what have we got here? Aviation. 3D model by looks of it. Still look pretty cool, though. You see how they sort of blurred it as well, same as the car here. So they put some effort into it. But you can see here, we don't actually see it run off or anything. I'm not sure if there's a full video of it. Normally it's suspect where you see a short clip of it, but didn't see what happened to it. I always question those videos, why people stop filming. Normally you film it until it disappears. And what have we got here? Another alien one. A fake UFO about a grey alien. So where was it? Oh, right. So that's the full video of it walking. Obviously they put a lot of effort into it. And it's far enough away, you see, that you ain't got the detail, which is another clever trick. That's quite a long video then. 1.40 seconds, 1 minute 40 seconds. So yeah. Doesn't seem to do much of the alien. And what's this one? Casino lights. You can see a ring of lights, faint lights in the sky here. I think that's a certain casino, isn't it? Let's have a look. Refund case, already explained the lights. Yeah, Mystic Lake Casino. Sometimes they show it better because of the cloud layer. Let's see. Has he got a close up of the casino? It doesn't look like it. So I suppose we could Google it and have a look ourselves. Mystic Lake. Just go up on this one. See what it looks like. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Beam of light into the sky. Wow. Wonder how much power they use. And it bends and goes up towards the clouds. Want a better picture though, where it shows it hitting the clouds. Oh, there you go. Almost can see it on that one. So that would be, is it lights or is it laser beams? Where is Mystic Lake though? Is that Vegas? I'm not seeing any Prior Lake. Whereabouts is it? Prior Lake, wherever that is. Certainly got unique lights there. I like it. Okay, location. I suppose we could type map and see what comes up. What time do you have to get away, Jamal? Are you here still? How are we going for time? I did try to start it before midnight. So what do we got here? Have we got a clue whereabouts it is? I still haven't got a clue whereabouts it is. Minnesota Valley. Where's that? Sounds like in America. Keep going out, I guess. South Dakota. Dakota. I'm not saying that right, am I? Dakota. South Dakota. Dakota. I suppose it's one of those words you've got to say fast. So there you go. It's way over there. Sort of Central America. Well, that's a couple of minutes away. I was just going to look at some other stuff as well. I think we're pretty much done with Tyler's side of things. We'll close down that one. It's not going too bad. The new upgrade I've got here. The graphics is good, but we haven't tried to do a guest on the insert video. I've got a few ideas how to put it together, but we haven't tested it out yet. And whether my CPU will handle it. Okay, it should start to speed up again. So what did Third Phase put out? Anything that we need to have a look at? So basically, his whole video's been debunked there. It's a shame that he's not honest and doesn't try to debunk stuff rather than just put it up. Anyone can do that, can they? And it just adds to the noise. So close that one down and get a new tab. And just do a quick look at third phase. I haven't checked theirs lately. So what have we got here? So the last one I looked at was this one down here, wasn't it? Whistleblower Corey Good. I was trying to do something on Corey Good stuff, but apparently doesn't he believe that he's the son of God or something crazy, and that he's got blue aliens that take him time traveling. And my reason was that he's a complete fraud. Is if he's got aliens that can take him time traveling, then he could easily go back to the old Western times, get gold very cheaply, and bring it back now and sell it for thousands of dollars. Or they could simply go to another planet where it's abundant of gold and diamonds and gems, and he'd be set up for life. He wouldn't have to sell mugs like we have to do on YouTube. So yeah, and huge unknown craft. So we go from there, I guess. Have a quick look, see what we can have, see what we can find in it. It's amazing how time flies when you're just looking at just one video. So we're looking at something on the moon. So what are we looking at? Oh no, not one of these ones again. It doesn't seem to be rotating. Oh, Google's not playing ball. Seems to be statically moving along. My first gut feeling on that one is it's in the upper atmosphere. And it kind of has a balloon shape to it, doesn't it? Seems to be irregular. Oh, where's it gone? Is it the same object? Because it looks different here. I don't think it's an asteroid because it looks too irregular shape. To me, it still looks like a balloon that's drifting in an air current. There it is here. It's not really symmetrical either, is it? It's sort of like a lopsided side here. Curves around there symmetrically, but up the top here, it's not looking symmetrical at all. Where's it gone? Where is it? Can't see it. Here. So up there. There it comes. So it looks like it changes camera function there to brighten by the looks of it, which distorts it. Definitely drifting in a constant direction. The best you can do with those ones is say it's like a helium balloon. Why would it be on an angle? Because if it's a UFO, why would a UFO be coming down on an angle like that? It doesn't make sense, does it? And why is it traveling so slow? So I reckon it's just Milo balloon again on that one. So Milo. What color? It could be any color. Could be oval. The thing is, we don't always get the pictures we want of it on the same angle. But I think it's going to be similar to one of these here. If you twist it around, we're going to see the edge of it. So it could be any of these, like the sun balloon. But we want it side on. People that will believe that's a UFO, though, that's the only problem. Could say round. Side view. See if that gives us anything. The question is, why is it on an angle? Well, often what people do is they put some weights at the bottom. Often they put a wee bit of water, so it's less buoyant sometimes. So we haven't got any on the side view. There also could be a string attached to it or a weight that we're not seeing. And of course the wind's going to push it on an angle, you see. If it's a gentle breeze up on that slipstream. So I asked for a side view and Google hasn't given me a side view. Or if we could get one that was rotating, maybe. That would give us a clue. That'd give us more perspective, rotating. Good night, Jamal. I didn't see you leave. Yep, okay, mate. The way things are going, though, I've probably only got an hour left. Looks like I'm not going to cover all the subjects I was going to. So, I want to emanate a gift, really, I guess. Any gift. I probably have to search for it offline, probably. You almost need to buy one yourself so you can take your own photographs and then angle it the same way in the picture, or weight it the same way and sort of release it in a slight air current and video it, and so that way you've got a side by side. I wonder if there's a video. It's not looking good. So I spelled Myla wrong there, that might help. Here we go. Try images again. Nope, it's not looking good. Let's try a silver one. Silver points. Well, there's some side views. You can see here. It's going the wrong direction though to what we want. But if you tilted that one, you can see it fits the shape. They certainly made a big video of this one, 10 minutes long, so they can put extra ads on. Looks like they finished with it there. I thought he might be the guy that filmed it. So have we got any other ones here? Well, we've got a side view of something here. Is it a letter balloon? 30-inch one. That's quite big. Doesn't say what it is though. Could be a letter I guess. So we want one of these ones with the crinkly edges. It could even be a letter O balloon, like that on the side. These ones. You can see Google's not helping us with side views. Anyway, I think you get what I mean anyway. We'll just move on. What did people say down in the comments? They probably would say asteroid, passing between Earth and the Moon. But if you have a look at most asteroids, they're sort of irregular shapes. Someone thinks it's a UFO. Why is it on an angle? It's definitely weighted at the bottom, and the wind's pushing the top further, so it's angled and it's pushing it along. That's the clue I can only get from that video. If it was moving horizontal, right, and change speed at right angles or move back in the opposite direction, then you could discount it being a balloon, and you could discount it being a meteorite or meteor. So they're saying it looks like an asteroid, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a balloon. Looks like a rock. No. They're saying it's legit UFO. But again, you've got to remember UFO doesn't stand for alien craft, it stands for unknown object. So yeah, it's sort of correct, I guess. Did it say it changed shapes? That's so very fast, shape shifting all over the place. Don't think it was shape shifting. I'm surprised no one said balloon. Oh well. So let's be done with that one. So what else they got up? Third phase live. No, I don't want to do that one. Alien presence confirmed. Linda Moulton House. So they're just clips from videos, the other ones. So I won't bother with those ones. The other one I saw was put up by UFOman with no analysis from mainstream media. I want to comment on that one. So why didn't this channel come up? Post the original videos out there. So where was it? This one here, Mole High UFO mystery. So I'll just bring that one up, cue it to the T clip. Denver, Colorado. As you can see, the sort of blurry, fast moving objects, some of them. It's a whole mixture there from what I saw. This one fires a burst. Hilltop. Now, you can see it was bugs and birds then. You can clearly see it was bugs and birds. Bug. It moves so fast, doesn't it? So let's slow it down. There's a lot of videos here mixed in. So where does it start? Let's go through them all. Area tonight and aviation experts. Wow. But he obviously knows nothing about cameras and camera artifacts. Unlike anything he has seen before. Okay, that one clearly was a blurfo. Blurfo. That one looks like it could be even a balloon. Again, seems like the most common thing. And gone to another one already. Oh, flipped around. That one there looked like an insect again. But they're just flashing up through so many. Okay, what's this one? It's not a bird. No, it's not a bird. It's clearly a balloon. Looks like a letter A balloon again. See here? It's got the triangle shape happening in the shadow. Oh, what happened there? It changed very quickly. There you go. That's rotating. Rotating air currents. Might have to slow it down even more. Speed 0.25 is all we got. There you go. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's not Superman. Look, there's a letter A rotating. So you don't see it front on. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. No, it's a balloon, mate. Oh, you can see it rotating backwards then too. So this guy's clearly not a video analysis. Aviation expert. Mate, you need to do some training. I guess the guy's got why does it do that when you click on it too many times? Learned about these strange sightings. So has he submitted them all to MUFON? Don't look like it. Has he got his own website? More than likely. Seeing a little dot in the sky. Burst of. So the burst of light could be, if it's a balloon rotating, it's going to reflect the sun. But that looks like it's a bird. Is that the same one though? Let's just play that game. Burst of fire. Burst of fire. Definitely looks like it's rotating. That's not burst of fire. Looks like its wings flapping there to me. Did you see that? Definitely moving like a bird. So you can see the wings flapping. And the white thing that he's calling fire is probably just some white feathers on the front reflecting sunlight. See that? Blurry, out of focus. So this is why we get a tinfoil hat put onto the UFO community. It's people like these guys here claiming to be experts. Because they're experts in aviation doesn't mean they're experts with camera and analysis of what they're capturing. So what do we got here? Looks like it's towards downtown Denver, Mile Heights, right. Look, looks like a bug right close to the lens then. Look, you can see the wings flapping. Come on, mate. That's not a UFO. And we're not even dealing with the real footage. We're dealing with a low-grade version of it. Little loopy do the strangest part as they're flying too fast. Now that's a bug. Close to the lens, a little tiny fly. The easy way to debunk this was have two cameras side by side filming the same footage, and then you'll be able to know exactly in stereo what you're looking at. You can see that was really close to the lens then, out of focus. I bet he doesn't see them with his own eyes at the time. He only sees it when he plays back the video. Yep, a fly. Flying vertically. That one's got wings on it. Whether it's a fly, it could be a fly with wings. Oh, that's definitely a fly dropping. I hate these stupid videos. So they've got to slow it down to see it, of course. So why don't you use a better camera with a high frame rate? 500 frames a second. So they got their own professional camera here. So what's the frame rate set up on it though? Those cameras are quite expensive. I was actually filmed for a TV thing I did years ago, and the guy said he had to mortgage his house to buy the camera. They're about $100,000 or a couple $100,000 to buy, and the TV companies hired him as a freelance cameraman. So they caught a little bird. By the looks of it, you can see wings. We saw a flying object on their camera. Steve Cowell is his name, is it? Well, I didn't see any there that was convincing to me as a alien craft, which is a bit of a shame. That's a letter A balloon rotating. You can see the wings flapping on that. That was a bug. No, they're not airplanes, mate. And no, it wasn't a helicopter. No, they weren't birds. No, those ones weren't. They were bugs. I would like to see Vic West destroy the sky. Well, you can see how blurry and out of focus they are. You could see the wings, even though it was blurry. Another disinformation agent. Right. And they ask FAA, they get no weird traffic over the area in those dates. Basically what they're saying there. Aerospace also said they're seeing nothing on their radars. And he believes it comes over this area. Landing area 56, Clay, Denver. Yeah, mate. Oh, you can see that one was a bird. So he reckons they're landing here. Look, you can see the wing. Look, wing, wing, wing. You can see it, it's a bird. They're not birds. What the hell is that, mate? Yeah, it's just crazy. UFO man, you should be ashamed of yourself putting that garbage up. Anyway, enough of that one. So let's go on to the other subjects. I spent 2 hours looking over those garbage videos. So you may have heard of ringing rocks. I'll see if I can play the sound actually for this one. So if you type in ringing rocks, that will do. You may not have heard of ringing rocks, but they're quite unique. I'll see if I can get the sound going. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for sound. And let's see if it plays. I'll get the sound going. I'll post a link to it so you can watch it yourself. They sound like bells, tubular bells. But there's about 10 places or 20 places in the world that have these strange rocks. So that one's at Bucks County. Hopefully you heard that okay. And if you go back to the list, well, do a search up here. Ringing. So people thought maybe they're falling out of outer space, but you see the rocks are everywhere, and every one of them sounds like a bell. So obviously it's something natural to Earth. Now look, it's even brought up my episode tonight. Look at it in the title. So another place is Pennsylvania. So there's another boulder filled. So they're not going to be a lot of meteorites, because if all that come from the sky, you'd know. So they're going to hit some. I suppose if you got the right shaped rocks, you could probably tune them and play Happy Christmas or something. That one sounds like Jingle Bells. Not sure how the sound's coming up. Might be too loud even. Not sure. No, I don't think we've got anyone watching at the moment. Doesn't matter what size boulder or rock they're tapping, it sounds like a bell. Pretty cool. And probably a lot of people got home videos of these. I think there's some in Australia, Bucks County, Ringing Rocks, Montana. Amazing video, man lifts 20-ton block by hand. Looks like Montana one's quite popular. Pennsylvania, popular. Bucks County, like to type Australian. Was there one in India there? So there's a lot of videos. So you can probably go through them all yourself. I'll just paste the search for it. Ringing Rocks. If you want to have a listen to all the different ones. I think there's one in Australia too. Let's see. Here we go. Ringing Rocks, Australia. So, yeah, I played that one before. Go. So there you go. Mystery ringing moon rocks found in America. Mystery stones. Yep. Real rock formations. You should check that one out. It was kind of interesting. Mysterious stones move, grow, and breed in Romania. Apparently, they form in underground on the edge of mountain ridges, and as it rain washes, they tend to pop out. And we've got a place down South Island here that does that with the round rocks popping out the side of the mountain, side of the what do you call it, hillside next to the sea. Meraki boulders, or what it's called. So I'll just pause that now and just wanted to have a listen. So we go back to the search page. And there's a big wiki on it. So there's a good wiki page on it here. Ringing Rocks. So I'll just paste that link so you can have a read of the technical specs of it all. I'm surprised Secureteam hasn't used that one as alien rocks on planet Earth. So they are also known as sonorous rocks or lithophonic rocks, or rocks that resonate like a bell when struck, such as musical stones of Skiddaw in English Lakes District. So they got some in UK, I guess, maybe. I know America has English names as well. So if you click on that, they should be able to tell us, I guess. Whereabouts is it? Northern England, so yeah, it was England. Oh look, someone shaped the stones into a keyboard that they can whack. That's pretty good. So it's quite interesting. New South Wales, America, Western Australia, used in Indophobic musical instruments called xylophones. Is it lilophones? Lithophones? I don't know how you say that. Lithophones. Yeah. So, looks like some scientists wanted to find out why they made ringing sounds like metal. Several early scientists became interested in the ringing rocks, however, none were able to formulate a credible theory on the ringing ability of rocks or the formation of the boulder fields. So I guess they cut them open as well to see what's inside. And we're just skimming through here. Ringing Rocks County Park, Bucks County, that's the first one we looked at. Ringing Hill Park, located in Pennsylvania, which is the second one we looked at. Stony Garden, Hancock Mountain, Bucks County again. Formation, these boulder field in southern Pennsylvania, central New Jersey, formed from a group of diabase sills in Norwalk Basin. The sills were formed when stretching of the Earth's crust allowed mafic magma to travel up from the upper mantle and inject into the Sedimentary Basin 200 million years ago. So they're pretty old rocks then. Jurassic period. Two minerals had crystallized in the upper mantle, overlying and pyroxene quickly settled out of the magma and collected along the base of the sills. When fully solidified, these crystal-rich layer formed a separate rock until 10 to 15 feet, so it can get quite big. Almost 5 meters thick by the sills have been exposed by crystal uplift and erosion. So, geology. So why do they ring? It goes on a bit, doesn't it? Goes on and on and on. Ringing ability. There has been a great deal of controversy concerning the ringing ability. There has been as almost complete lack of testing to support the conjectures. Conditions such as size and shape of the boulders and the way the boulders are supported or stacked. Although the sound is often described as metallic, it is most likely due to a combination of the density of the rock and a high degree of internal stress. The sound can be duplicated on a small scale by tapping the handle of a ceramic coffee cup. Damn throat. The iron content of the diabase I'm not sure you said it, diabase. It's often identified as the source of the ringing ability. Actual chemical analysis of the Kaufman Hill diabase shows the ion content or ferric oxide of the rock ranges from 9 to 12%, which is quite high, although comparatively high for an average igneous rock. 3% is typical for granite. It is within the normal range of a basalt. This point suggests that the iron content is not the primary factor in the ringing. So far, there has been only one public experiment on the source of the ringing ability in the 1960s. Dead ringing rocks, and what's he saying here? Live ringing rocks. The rock slices were measured with a delicate full strain gauges and measured for changes in shape. The rock slides were measured, which could measure minute changes in size. According to Professor, the dead rocks showed no change after the rocks were sawed. So they cut them into little bits and they still made the same ring sound. That's what he's saying. However, the live rocks showed a distinctive expansion or relaxation within 24 hours of being cut. So he's saying the frequency changed. Relaxation indicates the rock was under internal elastic stresses that were released by the mechanical sawing of the rock. So they have sort of done some experiments on it then. I wonder how many people are stealing the rocks and taking them home, because eventually the boulder field will disappear if that happened, I guess. They must have some sort of people patrolling it so the tourists don't take it home. Especially if a little bit still rings, a hand-sized one. So there you go. And it goes on a bit still. Microscopic textures. List of sites. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I swore there was more than that. United States, Australia, Cumbria, England, United States, Mexico, Scotland. So none in New Zealand. That's a bummer. Or Australia gets them, but we don't. So there's 8 places in the world that has it. So yeah, that's interesting. Rocks. I was going to do conspiracies, but I might just touch on it. What's the next subject? You hear about conspiracies being a bad thing, but are they really bad? So I did a search on conspiracies. Did I bookmark it? No, I had the search bookmarked. No, I don't think I have. I might have. It's still going. Oh yeah, that's interesting what I found the other day. This thing here. You know how you get subtitles on movies? I found this little tool here that if you've got a subtitle file, it will read out the subtitle for you, and you can hide the text and have use one of the Windows voice packs to read it out for you instead of having to sit there and read it. I tested it out on a movie the other day, and that was perfect. It was a French movie, and although it's the same voice, same character voice, it made it look more pleasant to watch it. It didn't miss a beat. I'll put it down the side there so you can have a play of it. It's free. But the thing is, you need a string file. Now you can, if you find a movie, like a you can download that's got the subtitles built into it, like an NKV or MP4. You can rip it with that tool I use, FFmpeg. Although it's not about UFOs, I thought it'd be interesting to bring it up because there might be a few videos that you can get a string file that's called str, which is like a normal text file. That's for movies. Now I believe that VLC is actually trying to build it into the player on the new versions, which will be handy, so you won't need the program. So pretty much what it does is it uses Media Player Classic, which you can download free as well, and play the movie in that. So yeah, there was a Formula 4. I forgot it here. For ripping subtitles. Have I got it on this one? Tools used. Movie stabilization. Right. I've included subtitles on that one. But yeah, there's you can just enter a line like that. I think I got it in another file. I'll see if I can cut and paste it. It's quite simple. There we go. Is that the one? I'll just add it to the file and then open it up again. Okay, I've got it pasted across now. So here, rip subs to string. So basically use that command. You can download it from this link up here and stick it in your Windows folder, and then it's searchable anywhere, and just open up a DOS box where the movie is and just type that command there, and it'll rip all the subtitles from that movie into a string file, which then you can load into that program. I don't know if anyone's watching still. Normally it's a time to pack up and go. It's near on 1 o'clock. But yeah, I was just going to do a search on what conspiracies actually were true, because not all conspiracies were bad, and nowadays we're saying that conspiracies are actually bad, and they're not, because it makes people question things. Search term I used. See what we find anyway. I might cover this on another topic sometime. When government conspiracies come true. 7 government conspiracies that are true 8 scientific conspiracies that came out to be true. So, what is a conspiracy? So, just do a search on that. What is a conspiracy? Conspiracy, a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. The action of plotting or conspiring. Maybe you need to type in conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theorist, maybe. So, as you know, CIA, I think it was, invented the term conspiracy. But down here it's saying debunk. The CIA invented the term conspiracy theory in 1967. So let's have a look at that one. So, it's Metabunk been used for 70 years prior. So why is he saying it's not true? History of term conspiracy. Conspiracy theory is used to describe any theory that attempts to characterize absurd events as the result of some secret conspiracy. The term is often dimensionally implying that the theory is implausible. First uses I could find was born from 1870, Journal of Mental Science. Matter in which these injuries to the chest occurred in asylums deserved our careful attention. It was at least more plausible that a conspiracy theory of Dr. Charles Bade and precautionary measure suggested by Dr. Blah Blah in recent cases of mania with general paralysis. Mental condition, nearly all these cases under discussion were. So he's saying that's when the first term come up, conspiracy theory. He's talking about asylum mental people. I guess that's in his book, all this stuff. Given the multiple uses of the subject in succession, it seems plausible that this is the key point in the evolution of the face. So obviously it was invented by the CIA if it's been used in various books or papers published. Is what he's saying there by the looks of it. But we know from Snowden, from his leaks, that he said that the CIA troll message boards and social media and try to defame people, make them look idiots, insult them and stuff like that. So He goes on a bit, money. This seems a clear debunking that the CIA originated the term as a discrediting psyops. But yeah, I'm not too sure. The claim was more that they popularized it. Oh yeah. So it was a bit used throughout history, and CIA used it to popularize it, to discredit people. That makes more sense. And they brought it into mainstream, you see. If you read CIA document 1035 concerning criticism of the Warren report, you see that there's nothing in there about using the term conspiracy theory to discredit people. Instead, it focused on addressing the claims directed and suggesting those making the claims are communists. For me, the most defining aspect of conspiracy theory is the inability of the advocates to admit that the theory is in error. Well, it may be reasonably concluded that the phrases conspiracy theory and conspiracy theorists were not invented by CIA. This does not dismiss the fact that in 1967 the CIA issued a psychological operations document on how to discredit those questioning the veracity of the Warren Commission. Yep. They did neither. The CIA document quoted the full above barely uses the term. I think they've used it since though. So the CIA popularized the term but didn't invent it. Come back from mental asylums. Although I'll post that link there. I should open it up again. I'll post a link to it so you can have a read through all that. I'm just going to touch on the conspiracy stuff now, but it might be one we look at more in the future. So if we look at these ones here, 10 government conspiracies revealed to be true. Crazy conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. So they're not all bad. Being a skeptic of government and corporations is actually a good thing. And people should question them all the time to keep them in check. So let's have a look at this one here. IFL Science. And I'll post the link down the side. Although I can see it's going to be a lot of reading, my fruit's not playing ball for me at the moment. So here we go. We've got Tyler's tinfoil hat image that he uses a bit. And we've got a lot of fine print here. How do I scale it up? So do you know any conspiracy theories out there that come true? Well, we know for one for certain, and that's the Snowden one, where for years Alex Jones was saying that people were spying on us through our own mobile tech, through phones and PCs and laptops, and can turn on the cameras without the light coming on by using their own code instead of using the system drivers. And Snowden leaked out all the documents and proved that was the case. They were actually spying on us. So I don't know if that one's listed in all these ones. So we'll just go through them quickly here. And maybe we'll look at it in full detail another time. The CIA really did experiment with mind control and psychedelics. So we know that one. Project MK Ultra, where they slept on LSD, wasn't it? And tried it out on their troops to see if they were more aware and able to fight longer times. For at least one hospitalization and 2 deaths, but the true cost could be much higher. So they admitted it. Men Stare at Goats. That's a good movie. If you've not seen it, I've talked about that before. That's the 1st Battalion. So looks like she's got one on each page. So let's go to the next one. I'll just skim from. Politicians and industry leaders purposely misled the public over the health risks associated with smoking. So there you go. Smoking increases your risk of stroke, emphysema, infertile, and a whole lot of cancers, a host of cancers. But back in the day, Big Tobacco tried all it could to persuade consumers that cigarettes weren't bad for you. They didn't stop there. They even tried to convince the public that smoking was healthy. Let's take a look at some of the dangerous, not to mention highly sexist, vintage ads. And we won't have a look at them, but tobacco companies were major lobbyists and central donators to political campaigns. Well, we still know that all happens today with the oil companies and corruption in the US government. So, there's one. Physicians say luckies are less irritating. So that the guy on the horseback, Marlboro man, he actually died of lung cancer in the end. And sugar. But it wasn't just tobacco companies that were guilty of this kind of malevolent activity. The sugar industry also spent years hiding data and bribing scientists to keep inconvenient research under wraps. I bet it's not just sugar nowadays either. I think corn syrup that they put in these drinks made a lot of people diabetic, I think. If you ever get the old Coke made from cane sugar, it tastes far superior to the current cola that's made from corn syrup. And that made people fatter and more diabetic. So what's the next one? So that's 2. US government really did investigate UFOs. Well, we know this. So there you go. There is one about UFOs. So that's a recent one. ATIP, Advanced Aerospace Threats Identification Program. So, yep, they did secretly keep researching it. 22 million. And that one there, we've got a cylinder UFO. course, that could be one of those early airships that people were playing around with. There were hobby inventors that were mucking around with airships back in those days. 1937 was that from. And they employed Nazi scientists after World War II. Yep, we know that. Paperclip. And Von Braun. So what's the next one? So when someone says it's conspiracy, it doesn't mean that it's not actually true. I suppose you've got to look over all the facts and details. One that Alex Jones got killed on was the Sandy Hook one. And I know I've looked into the claims of the same so-called crisis actor being one of the fathers, and they're not identical at all. I'm not sure where the web page is now, but that was a good comparison. And that gets out of hand. People were trying to dig up the body and get DNA samples to prove beyond doubt that it's from the same family and all that. Of course, the parents had to move. Now they're suing Alex Jones. I think he may have lost. He may have to pay out a few $1 million probably. Water can affect the sex of frogs. So that's that funny Alex Jones song. It's hilarious. I'm not sure if you've listened to it. I can't remember what the title of it was now, but look it up and play it. Syphilis is a nasty disease that, if not treated, can result in blindness, paralysis, and death. The Public Health Service watched as black men died of syphilis unnecessarily in the name of science. So is that the same one? So they're talking about various diseases and stuff in the water. So what changes the sex of frogs then? Main chemicals in the environment. Probably fluoride, is it? 210-page paper from the University of California found that as many as 1 in 10 male frogs exposed to atrazine, a common pesticide, experienced a hormone imbalance that effectively turns them into female. So there you go. I think you have to eat 47 tubes of toothpaste before it'll kill you from the fluoride in it. I think you'll probably be sick before you got past 3 tubes, probably. But yes, I guess any chemical in large dosage will kill people. The US government did poison alcohol supplies. How about that? On purpose. Politicians introduced prohibition in 1920s to curb the national's drinking habit. Speakeasies multiplied and bootlegging. So to do this, the government started adding toxins like benzene and mercury to alcohol in the mid-1920s. The most lethal, however, was methanol, otherwise known as wood alcohol. Yep, that makes you go blind, doesn't it, first, and then kills you. The substance normally found in industrial products like fuel and formaldehyde. Drinking this stuff can cause paralysis, blindness, and even death. Died as a result of the government's moral crusade. 10,000 people died from that. Wow. So there was 8 there. So we can go through all the other pages as well. But I think I might wrap it up because we're coming up to 3-hour mark. Is there any current ones that we can debunk? Now let's just have a quick look at one of the others, and then see. Oh, too far. So, 10 government conspiracies, crazy theories. Let's have a look at that one. Reader's Digest. 12 conspiracies now. I thought it said 10. The Deadly Baby Project. It's got a fine print on it. So I guess it's going to repeat the same things. Laughing at crazy conspiracy theories is good fun until they turn out to be true. Take the conspiracy surrounding the Project Sunshine, for example. In the wake of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the US government commenced a study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout on human body. Conspiracy, the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. Where are they stealing from? Truth, the government was stealing parts of dead bodies because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children and then take samples and even limbs, each collected without notification or permission. More than 1,500 grieving families. So I wonder how they found out about that one. Bad booze, which we just read about, poison it. Well, that page is quite good, actually. Reader's Digest. I like how they sort of bullet conspiracy and the truth. I'll put digest. It would be good to have some side chatters on this sort of stuff. At least it's not UFO related at this stage. First lady who ran the country. Conspiracy. A stroke rendered President Woodrow Wilson incapable of governing, and his wife surreptitiously stepped in. Wilson did suffer from developing stroke towards the end of his presidency, but the government felt it was in the country's best interest to keep things quiet. The public didn't learn about the stroke for months, during which time his wife, Edith Wilson, was making most of the executive decisions. So there you go. Government mind control. MK Ultra, LSD. CIA were testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in the top secret experiment on behavior. The Dalai Lama's impressive salary. Dalai Lama is a CIA agent. Truth, perhaps the reason the Dalai Lama is smiling is all those photos have something to do with the 6-figure salary he pulled down from the US government during the 1960s. according to declassified documents. So it's obviously got a link to it. He earned 180,000 in connection with the CI funding of the Tibetan resistance to the tune of 1.7 million per year. The idea was to disrupt and hamper Chinese infrastructure. Interesting. So this is why people believe in conspiracy theories, because they come true. It looks like we can't make it much bigger. Silly website page has got a side bit down here. It looks like I have to zoom in. John Lennon was under government surveillance. Yep, we knew that one. Crazy conspiracy theories regarding celebs are always interesting, and this one is most certainly true. Like many counter-cultive heroes, Lennon was considered a threat. Anti-war songs like Give Peace a Chance didn't exactly endear former Beatle John Lennon to the Nixon administration. So there you go. So government has spied on you. Here we go. That was the Snowden one, I guess. With the advances in technology, the government is using its vast resources to track systems. The truth is, in 2016, government agents sent almost 50,000 requests for user data to Facebook, 28,000 to Google, and 9,000 to Apple, according to Electronic Frontier Foundation, a major non-profit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and advises the public on matters of internet privacy. Be aware that these companies won't even warn you about the data requests from the government. So there you go. Big Tobacco, already read about that one. Fake battle, real war. Conspiracy, the Gulf of Tonkin incident in August 2nd, 1964 was faked to provoke American support for the Vietnam War. The truth, by the time the news reached American ears, the facts surrounding the North Vietnamese attack on the American naval ship Mad Dogs was already fuzzy. Declassified intelligence documents have since revealed that the Mad Dogs had provided support for South Vietnamese attacks on a nearby island. There is alien evidence in the American Southwest, so we have got some new one. E.T. is buried in the desert of New Mexico. The truth is, this one is real. The Atari video game E.T. the Extraterrestrial failed so miserably that the company buried unsold cartridges in the desert landfill. Wait, what did you think was meant? Real aliens in New Mexican? Not yet, anyway. So that's it, I guess. Oh no, it's just an ad. Canada tried to develop gaydar. Conspiracy was paranoid about homosexuality that developed a gaydar machine. The truth is, it really happened in the 1960s. The government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery, and the government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, military, and the Mounties. There you go. The Illuminati and US government. Conspiracy, a secret society that rules the world. The Illuminati and the US National Security Agency, NSA, are in cahoots. The truth, we are here to tell you that a link does in fact exist. Of course, that link is actually a hyperlink, electronic link between two internet sites. If you type in Illuminati backwards, Molly into a web browser, you'll land on a NSA website. I mean. Click the link if you dare and check out the 18 insane conspiracies about the royal family. Oh well, let's click on the links if we dare. So, that's the first time I've heard about Illuminati backwards. Well, it's taken ages to load. NSA, there's two. So I had a humour at NSA by looks of it, and it's redirected to nsa.gov. Or someone set up a web redirect. So on that note, I guess I'll wrap it up. It's coming up to 3 hours. So we did get some conspiracy stuff read through. See what else you can find out there. Send me a comment, put a comment on this video, and we can look more into it. Stuff that you want people to know about. Me, when I hear conspiracy theory, I normally don't believe it straight away until more and more facts can back up the claims. One of the current ones at the moment is Soros is funding protesters, and Red Elephants did a really interesting episode where he actually did the research and found that indeed the companies that were funding these protester groups was actually owned by Soros. And Snoops says it's not true, which is bollocks. So yeah, Red Elephants, go and check out his video. If he gets his ads removed. Red Elephants or Red Elephant? Red Elephant. Well, just go to his site. Videos. Oh, it's the Red Elephants. Yeah, he did the one here. Trump blames Soros, so he looks into the funding. I think it's that one there. I'll paste a link to it. Have a watch. See what you think of it. It's another conspiracy that the anti's trying to silence. I'll wrap it up there. So it'll be interesting to hear any other theories there, conspiracies that we missed. And I'll just wrap it up since no one's chatting to me. Well, do like and share, and the more the merrier that come in to chat. And if you got UFO videos, do bring them up as well. We can sort of debunk them live or verify them as possibly legit. Although it's very hard because 95% are mundane stuff. So good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight.